Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to be showing you how to sell your project files such as edits and AMVs. So this video has been split into 3 sections. We're going to start with stage 1, which is preparation, such as creating the folder, getting all the assets and the project file ready, and also preparing the sequence. Stage 2 is about setting up and publishing, so we need to zip up all the files and create a listing on Ko-fi or Payhip. And finally, stage 3 is about promotion, so getting it out there. If people don't see it, they won't buy it. By the way, this is the edit I'm going to be using as an example. So first of all, we need to create our folder. This is the location where I have saved the project file and also my assets. So as you can see, I've got episode 1 of my chosen media and also the song. So what we need to do is basically copy these over into a brand new fresh folder. However, we're not going to simply just copy them over by dragging and dropping them into the new folder. What we need to do is head into File, Project Manager, so this one at the very bottom, select all our sequences. You can highlight all of them by scrolling all the way down to the bottom one, hold shift and just click. Then select the destination path. So mine will be the new folder that I just created, which is in my D drive, and also this is the name I've given it. So usually I put PF in brackets so they know that it's a product file, followed along with the title of the edit. So in this case, it's called Why Am I? So that will be the destination path I'm going to select. So just click select folder. Now back to the project manager. If you do click on calculate, it will give you an estimation on how large it could be. So mine's about 500 MB. If you are fine with that, click OK. And now all your files should be in this folder within a folder there. Now the reason why this is much better than just copying them over is because you may have used sound effects from, let's say, your downloads or a folder that you just can't find. So using this method, you are grabbing every single asset used in the project and copying it over to a new folder. Next, we're going to change the name of our copied project file. So just like the folder that I made, I'm going to put PF in brackets like so with the title. So Why Am I? And now I'm going to open this up and also close the old one because it's still running in the back. So let me just go back into that sequence, close it. This is my way of selling project files. So basically what I do is I export the entire edit and then I add it onto the timeline. I'll show you what I mean. So I've got the finished edit here and I'm going to add it at the very top like that. I'm then going to get rid of the music, hide all the other layers by clicking on the eye symbol, and of course just fix it up a bit. So I'm just going to move that back into track 1. I'm then going to close Premiere Pro, delete the assets, so episode 1 in this case, and also the music. And I'm also going to make a copy of the final edit in this folder. And when I open this back up, it's going to say that the clips and also the music is missing, but I'm just going to click offline all. As a result, the project file still works. You can see everything, you can see all the effects. The only thing you cannot do is make any adjustments. There are 3 reasons as to why I did this. Number 1, stolen. If I include the clips, then people can easily steal the edits by making minor adjustments or swapping my own watermark. So mine just simply says Anger with their own one, so it could be their name, which leads on to number 2, copyright. Since you don't own the music and also the clips, it's likely that your listing, so these are all listings, the project file or project files that you have set up, they may get taken down because, as I said, you do not own it. So what does that actually mean overall? Well, first of all, people can still learn. The sequence is still functional. You're technically not breaking any copyright rules because this is your own edit. And it also has a lower chance of being stolen, although it isn't guaranteed. Now it's time for stage 2, which is setting up the edit. I'm going to rename this one more time to just PF Why Am I? So this is the main folder which contains both the project file and the preview of the edit. If you would like to, you can remove the autosave folder. This is quite unnecessary, so I'm just going to remove it. Now head back, and what we're going to do is zip this up. I'm going to be using WinRAR, so if you do have it, just follow along. If you don't, then I believe you can head over to share once you've selected the folder and just press zip. But sometimes WinRAR works better, so I just select best. Archive format should be zip and click OK. Now that that's done, we need to create a new listing. So for this, you can either use Ko-fi or Payhip, which is a very popular choice. I personally use Ko-fi because it's also got an option for memberships. So I've got both enabled at the same time. However, Payhip is a very popular choice, as I said. Both of them do have a fee. So Payhip has a 5% transaction fee plus the Stripe and PayPal fee. So it could be up to, let's say, 10% for instance. However, Ko-fi has 0 to 5% plus, of course, the Stripe or PayPal fee, depending on which service has been used. I'm going to start with Ko-fi. So first of all, make your account, click on add product and name it. So I'm just going to put in brackets PF, which means product file, Why Am I? If you do decide to include any assets, I haven't, but if you have, you can put plus assets at the end or just after the PF. So just PF plus assets like so. I'm selling a digital item. Yep, next step. And now you need to provide a description. So usually I just go for something like the project file for my YAMI edit. And if you want to, you can also put something like all assets are included, or maybe like a video link of the edit if you're likely, so like watch the edit here. Any other important details, so for example Premiere Pro 2022 or above required, and also maybe like just above that the plugins that I have used, so plugins used, and I'm just going to put Sapphire, BCC, Universe, and so on. Oh, and of course a note at the end saying no assets are included, and then just after that in brackets or required, because the product file is fully functional. Some editors can be put off by it, thinking it might not work, but it does, so just include that disclaimer at the end just in case. Now when it comes to images, I usually put the thumbnail of the edit. What I usually do is just open up the edit and find a frame that I like, so maybe like this one here, and I can take a screenshot. I'm just going to do this one because it's easier. So just grab it. Whoops, you can see the bottom part there. Make sure that's hidden. You don't want to show that. Take a screen grab like so. Perfect. And then just add it on like so after saving it. Open up your project file one more time and just select any clip. I'm just going to select this one for instance and just open up an effect. Since we're going to take a screenshot of this, if we open up an effect, it kind of looks like less bland, I suppose. I'm not too sure, but it just looks better. So keep it nice and centered. And then, as I said, take a screenshot highlighting my timeline all the way up to the effect controls like so, and just add it as the second screenshot. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do. You can add more if you would like to. For embed media, just put in the URL of the edit if you have published it onto YouTube. Product summary, a project file I can't even spell, and the main part, which is the asset. So just grab the zip and drag and drop it, and it should start uploading. Set the price. So for this one, I'm just going to put something like $2.99. It's not the final price. If you enable pay what you want, people can choose a higher amount. So for example, $5 if someone was feeling generous. You can leave a message as well. So you can say, if you are having any issues, then contact me via Discord, and then put in your Discord username or maybe some links to your Instagram, so then they can message you if they are having any issues at all. Who can buy this item? Everyone, because it's paid. If it's monthly supporters, I usually would put it as free. Give it a quick check, just make sure everything is fine. Give this a read and tick the box once you are ready, and save and publish, but I'm going to save it as a draft for now. So that's Ko-fi done. Now moving on to Payhip, which I have actually not used before, but I assume it's the same method, just slightly different. So it's a digital product that we are selling. Files, upload all your files here. So can you drag and drop? Let's see. No. So just like before, upload the zip and choose a title, PF YAMI. Now this part's very important, and I should have mentioned this on the Ko-fi one. By default, I believe it will be set to USD. If you want to select a different currency, and as I said, this applies to both, then make sure you change it before putting up your listing. So I tend to go for USD because it's the most popular option. A lot of my audience is from America, so USD would make the most sense, even though I would prefer GBP, which is Great British Pounds. Keep a note of things like conversion fees. So for example, if I wanted to sell something worth £5, it's actually $6.34 in the USA, but if it was the other way around, so $5, I would get £3.94 plus all the fees, so it could drop to something like £3, let's go 15. It happens all the time, so just make sure to price your products reasonably. As for cover, I believe it's the same, so just put in your images, description, same as that, and of course the visibility. So I believe unlisted means that only people who have the link can actually buy the product, so it's not fully public. So which one should you choose out of the two? I would say Payhip if you are an editor. If you plan on making tutorials or any like courses, then I would go with Ko-fi, simply because it's got both options available. So yeah. Now the most important stage, which is promotion. If people don't know about your edits, they aren't going to buy it. So keep talking about it and post it on every single platform you know. So for example, Instagram. When I put out my special 10k pack, which included like I think 10 project files, I posted them on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, and of course included the link of the project file in the description. Even though this one directly links to the video showcasing all the project files, you can even share them in places like, let's say, Facebook groups. I mean, I've never joined one before and I don't use Facebook, but I know that it's effective. Some of these have tons of members, like for example this one's got over 19,000. Even Reddit, you can see people have posted their own AMVs pretty much anywhere you can think of, and I will be going into more detail about promotion in another video. Monthly supporters, thank you so very much for your support as always. Keep an eye out for any more early access content coming soon. Anyways, thank you for watching. Peace.